Right, today's the 11th of March. This is a Basis Fast Blast sort of news thing going on. We are still mourning and in a state of shock with the loss of Anna Hess. This is a photograph taken relatively recently, about 2 years ago, when Anna was with two ET experiencers in Norway. And this is a lovely group shot of them. Just for the record, Anna died practically instantly. So it's a very extreme sad loss for us all, but she didn't suffer in any way. And I'll be going to the situation covering that in Norway. The other main thing is that I have been to the Spacecom in Farnborough, and that was extremely illuminating and extremely interesting conference. It's not a conference, it's an exhibition of space technology, and an awful lot of stuff they can say and they can't say. And it's interesting how they portray that. A lot of the graphics and the artwork was also sponsored by Lockheed Martin, which should tell you a few things. And well, why not? They are space industry things. Why not they sponsor the presentations there and the exhibition? So this is a space industry event, and it lasted 2 days and it's expanding greatly. This is the biggest space industry event of its type, and it's in the UK and it's in Farnborough. Now it's moving to Dubai, and it's the main news on all that is that it's also going to be next year in the London XL, which is a very big exhibition centre, multi-format things, lots of people hold the things. That's in East London. So that's something I think it's well worth for people who are in industry and technology and all sorts of life support systems, etc., aviation, space technology and stuff like that. There's a very interesting British satellite which had been planned with 4 grabber arms, and they've got a big Union Jack on that, of course, Britain and all that, and that's designed to go and grab stuff. There's also a lot of stuff about movement off-world. The graphics, you can see very clearly in the amount of graphics which have got a background of Earth where they're terraforming, or they have people on lush plants and cornfields and cereal crops and stuff like that, living on something else with the Earth in the background. There's a lot of signals there. Also, so I took a few pictures. They took pictures of me. And it was interesting to talk about a lot of the technology people. For instance, there's a British company which has sensors and motors and actuators and things. These are space technology stuff. They're very rugged. And they had a lot of their stuff on the Mars rover. Of course, some people think all of this is going on in Egypt, but then if you're going to train for that kind of terrain, being in Egypt would be probably very good. But there is the little atmosphere thing, and the fact it's hotter than hell in Egypt because it's, near the Sahara Desert. So why would they be training there? Maybe it's for terrain and that kind of things. But, they're going to train and test their vehicles all over the world. So this is a little report on that, little bit of a blog. And it's very interesting. Julie has been asked to be there. And again, there's another one of these, I think, in September or in the autumn. So Julie was invited by name, but she wasn't there. I was sort of happy to represent Basis and really see from the inside how the technology is evolving. There is, of course, a lot of pretense at one level and a lot of undercurrents that they can't sort of show. There's some magnificent mock-ups of energy generators and pulsed rocket motors. Almost I was going to say pulsed fusion drive, but they don't have that officially. So it was very good, and this is a report. Oh, that's good. I think it's up now. It's reversed. Well, anyway, here we are at Farnborough. Once again, it's the airport just outside London, and it's where all the famous stuff happened, the defence thing, First Concorde, all that sort of stuff, all developed here, and we are Here for the last year at the Space Expo thing, and been seeing some very important stuff. Whole business thing about developing space, commercial space, and all that's involved with that, including who brings the small change. Anyway, I'm only here today. Things are developing, and do try to get to this conference. It's a very expo. It's getting bigger every year, and will be in the XL next year. That's 2025. Well, here we are at the Space Expo in Farnborough. Last time we were here was a couple of years ago, and it was with Julie. And I think this is moving to London now. So there's an awful lot of people here, and it's packed, absolutely packed. The car park's overflowing. This is a 10 kilowatt propulsion system. Do not touch. So it's really here to meet people, be seen. UK Spec Agency, absolutely fantastic. There's a next era in space imaging, and it's all about being around and just looking to see what's happening. This is it here. We've got info that the Earth Defense System's been operating quite a lot. There's been incoming, which has been taken out effectively without the debris, causing even more trouble. So really this is where it's at, and that's what it's all about. There's an awful lot of practical things have to be dealt with when you're putting this retro technology. Oh, I can buy a piece of a Lego set. My God, you can buy a Lego. But who the hell would want to build that stupid piece of crap? Anyway, it's a great place to be. Barely getting in here. Aha. Very interesting. You know what? I reckon the relative radiation between the different colours here puts it off course. Well, there it is. And it's nice to see these kind of technologies. This looks like something very advanced. Rolls Royce. This is fascinating. Fascinating. Again, this is technology in plain sight, so it's interesting to see what they're doing up there. Mastering the challenge of... And that looks like some kind of ion drive engine or something or other. We'll have to see. So it's time to... We've done our little blog. Here we have some CyberDog stuff. Well, we all know what the SSP stands for. It's the Space Systems Program. There's no way it's the Secret Space Program. Whoa! Secrets in plain sight.
Driving of itself is a big development. We have a number of other science experiments, predominantly in biomanufacturing. One that involves an artificial retina, and then others that are potentially...
Well, that's the end of day one I'll not be here for day 2 because I've got too much to do. They're going to be discussing a whole lot of space defense stuff tomorrow. But anyway, this is part of the airport here, and just at the distant there, you can just see the frame, the rebuilt frame of the original dirigibles. Way back in 1900, they built the big balloon things. It's a great day. We didn't make it last year. It's an awful lot happening in space. A lot of advanced technologies and a lot of incompatibilities in what they're saying they're doing. So don't often get to this side of the fence. The models they were demonstrating were nonsense. So they were basically, they're a worthless stage prop. So one has to sort of look through the nonsense to sort of see what they're really talking about. You know, when you see a design of a space plane which was being used, you know, as a forerunner of the shuttle in the 1960s, in 2024, it really does tell you they're going backwards, and they're doing everything they can to keep the industry busy so they don't actually see what's going on. They had a ridiculous Earth resources satellite stuff about feeding data, finding out that, gosh, annual reports that companies published don't contain honest data. Ooh, that's never happened before. So this could affect the whole financial services, and there's certainly nothing's threatening that. I sent some stuff up to Julie. She had a look at it, and she said they're not telling you anything about what they're doing. And like all negative results, it always tells you something that they're trying to hide. Anyway, apart from that, it's a great day out. From an engineering point of view and a technology point of view. And if you're into electronics and all that sort of stuff, and engineering and all sorts of variations of that, it's a really good thing to come to. So, you know, if you want to do aerospace or do all that stuff, it's a wonderful way of seeing, you know, cutting edge technology in the technical side. You know, printed circuit boards, 3D printing, all types of different materials, science, types of rocket engine. And there's quite a lot now being licensed to fly, and it'll be taken off from Scotland. So north of Scotland, maybe this year or next year, they'll actually start launching rockets. And with the payload and thrust capabilities, they'll be able to put interesting things up. So if you're into that, if you're watching this and you want a career, it's worth having a look. It's real technology, and it's interesting, and it's here. So that's good. And this is the runway that Concorde took off, and they had all those interesting aircraft all those years ago. I didn't know Britain had a flying wing, so we've now got a plane about to take off. It's the main big news is Elena Danaan. I mean, she published, this is a very important book. This was published about 3 or 4 years ago. It took 2 years to write this. No, she didn't. She took 4 months to write it. This is a really important book. And the reason why it's a very important book, Alien Races, A Gift from the Stars, or A Gift from the Stars, Alien Races, is I personally have a large number of people who verify the drawings in this book. Now, the point about this is, and she's made it very clear, she's always on the Michael Salla news and stuff like that, and also she does her own news on Facebook, no, on YouTube. I don't know if you can actually see that, but these are drawings, pencil drawings that she did really quite recently. We're talking about, these are drawings, again, they are very important drawings because people recognize them, they're real, when more and more people who've had these experiences verify the drawings in Elena's book. Very important. Now, because it was written in a rush and in black and white, this is straight off the press. This is Elena Danaan, Encyclopaedia Galactica, Volume 1. We just got this from the Devices bookshop here in Devices. You get it on Amazon, but you can also get it at the Devices bookshop, you know, supporting independent bookshop. This is an extremely important series of books. I don't know how many they're going to be. It's printed by Amazon. This has got the most ornate and extremely well done AI-derived, extremely high-quality artwork. That's just one of them. So this is really a book to have. The artwork is in color. It's in extreme detail. And I will have to say that there are so many of these ETs which could walk down the street and they'd look a little bit different, a little bit quirky. Look at this gentleman. You know, if he walked down the street wearing a beret or something, you wouldn't spot the difference that clearly. So there's very important work there. So that's something to really get hold of. Get it at Amazon. And Elena Danaan, From Andromeda to Canis Minor by Elena Danaan. Encyclopaedia Galactica, Portraits of the Star Nations. This is primarily a graphical book. This has got a lot more detail on the alien races. This is very important stuff to get. I really do think that people should get across this because other people look at those pictures and they say, I've seen that. So that's it for now in the middle of March. We are continuing to load more material onto the basistv.com site. We've still got quite a lot to go. There's over 100 hours of material sort of kept in waiting so that we can activate it. We've got people working very hard. I don't like saying people's names directly, but they're doing an awful lot of work on this. And we're getting as much of the original basis material up there. And then we will continue with how things come and go. I mean, we don't know from today or tomorrow who's going to come down the road to give a story or on account of what they're doing. We do have another 3 episodes with Bob Osborne. A lot of that was in the can. We recorded part 7 just a couple of days ago. Bob isn't doing too well, so he's going to be coming here again to do another one on the space, you know, the whole space. Well, shall we say the connection with Project Paperclip isn't just everything we've been told. There's a lot more than that. And we'll be doing that with Bob during the end of the month here in Devices, where we have this little studio. So in the meantime, we will be still in a great deal of shock over Anna. Once again, she went so fast, it was all over in seconds. So she's gone, as her wonderful dog is, and that's a big shock, and we're going to get through this and move on. That's it for now.